Chris Wood here, just doing a quick update. Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Dale Hartwick, Ray Ray, Sam, Michelle Irish, Holly Carlisle, Robert Barry, Allie Cooper, Woman from Center Street and Thomas, Side Door Entrance, Crack Shack, Curtis, his girlfriend Sarah. They are all human traffickers with and for OPP. They are their gang stalkers. They are their drug fed, money paid, untouchable pieces of shit. I am a 3.5 year revenge retaliation victim, identity theft, identity change with proof, medical blacklist, medical treatment refusals, lies, cover ups, time buying, false arrest, being surrounded by hands on guns, by police to prevent anything legal on them or anyone else. Kidnapping May 27th, 2021 through Shelley Hafner or Huffner under false pretenses through a Judge Chappelle in Kingston for incompetency bullshit, which was done to it shut me up. It was done in hopes of getting me kept. And I will not be proven wrong. It's the night that they got my blood and my piss forced from me. False arrest through the hospital to aid in giving me, in an attempt to give me a criminal record, to aid in covering up crimes that the Lennox and Addington Hospital is guilty of with criminal negligent intent, from CEO to administration to patient relations to Dr. Tatiana V, aka Margie V, name and file falsifier, medical blacklister, the one that assures the crimes against the victims, and also Stacy's girlfriend, the mental health worker from Kingston. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Martin, the one that laughed in my face over being sodomized by OPP, his boss, and Billy Wooldridge, and then told me he would never do anything to help me until I seen a psychiatrist. Dr. Waldron calling me crazy, calling me a retarded, telling me when my head's swelling up that I needed a shrink, pun intended. Treatment refusals, being rushed to the hospital, being kicked out, going to the hospital, or just not being seen and having to get up and leave, causing me serious medical harm. My lungs, my kidneys, my full right side of my head is gone. No feeling or stimulation in it in any way, shape, or form. Damages done, lies against me about being suicidal and self-harmer to get away with this, so I would not be taken serious about what is going on with me, by whom, how, and why. Revenge retaliation for me speaking of the OPP crimes. Spencer Mills is the human homeless trafficking and the homeless exploitation out of the Morning Star mission here in Napanee for monetary gain. Financial thefts and frauds. OPP Spencer Mills had my mother stalked and murdered through Billy Wooldridge, Canada-wide warrant, harbored inmate, untouchable, piece of shit, child stalking, sex offending, delusional, heroin addict, garbage. Blair Hardy, boyfriend to Spencer Mills. He's a drug lacer, drug trafficker, guilty of financial thefts and frauds, identity thefts and frauds, welfare thefts and frauds, bank frauds, forgeries. He's guilty of lacing drugs and causing homicides with the intent to make it look like it was just another drug addict buying drugs, bad drugs, and overdosed from it. It was done with intent for that purpose, wasn't it, Blair Hardy, you piece of shit? Then there is Tyler Lake, the one that's guilty of causing cancer to my dog Runt, the one that's guilty of attempted murder on him with his girlfriend Holly Carlisle through using R&M on him, which I have proven is police and military tech. It is a nano microchip implant. It is designed for the central nervous system, for destruction of the central nervous system, and also for illegal invasive surveillance. Right now, when I am having it used on me, everybody sees what I see and hear what I hear. They see me doing this right now. And as crazy as this may sound, no, it is not schizophrenia. No, it is not multiple personalities. I do not hear voices. I do not do drugs like's been cast against me. I'm highly against them. I've lost too many friends and family from drugs, so I don't do them. I've lost too many. I did at one point in time, but not since 2012 when I overdosed. That was my wake up call. After that, I became very spiritual. I was meditating. I was doing good. I was growing. I was mentally and physically learning how to heal myself. I spoke police crimes. Then, November or August of 2019, after the fact, OPP ex chief or commander went by driving a white Jeep Wrangler, waved at me. A black truck pulled up. It was on the corner of Center and Bridge, my old address. And when the ex-OPP chief waved, I waved back. The black truck pulled up. The person had black hair. I didn't see their face, but they pointed something and shot it at me. That's when all my problems began. That's when the lies, the time buying, the cover ups, and everything else. I go to the hospital yesterday to get checked out, to get help. And I go in and I'm surrounded. Terry, the triage nurse, was working, and I get surrounded by a bunch of nurses and Paladin security. Paladin security or anybody, nobody else needs to know what the fuck is going on with me medically. That is absolutely none of their business in any way, shape, or form. None of their business. And then I leave the fucking hospital yesterday. I'm on my way walking home after not being seen, after being treated like that. I'm on my way walking home, and next thing you know, a cop car pulls up behind me. I start heading towards Dundas Street by the hospital, and next thing you know, cop cars pull up. Mr. Wood, you're under arrest. We got warrants for you, allegedly, but would not let me see any paperwork and would not elaborate by whom, just that they allegedly had warrants and that I was under arrest. But it was somebody at the hospital, and I think I have a good idea who it was. It was Wayne Coveyduck, the CEO, because of me phoning him earlier that day and stating to him what was going on with me and that I needed to come up and get help, and the crimes that are taking place with the hospital and the doctors, and what he is even involved and guilty of. He is guilty of attempted murder by aiding and co-committing, and even criminally with criminal negligence and intent, and kicking me out of the hospital to cover crimes, and proved it yesterday, causing me more fucking harm and causing me also to be arrested and to be locked up and thrown in jail. You're trying to criminalize me. I had no criminal record or history prior to running into OPP and speaking of their crimes, and then all of the lies, bullshit, and everything else started against me, including them stalking my mother and having her murdered while Billy Wooldridge was calling her mom and phoning her and giving her threatening messages stating that he was going to kill her, and he did cause her death along with Blair Hardy. And it was done to do what they're doing to me. Serious skull deforming, complete identity changes, which I have shown and proven, not being able to do anything about it, being called a liar no matter how much proof I have. I'm a revenge retaliation victim from OPP, 100%, and they are doing everything to stop me from arrest and charging and lawsuits on everybody that's involved. They are criminalizing me and victimizing me even more now, with even trying to fucking charge me once again to do it, to keep me from help medically in every other way. They're guilty of legal violations, legal rights violations, human rights violations, medical right violations. The hospital here has proven that they are nothing more than criminals, and they work for OPP and criminal sex offenders, once again, Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne. They're untouchable, unarrestable pieces of shit that I have been trying and I have proven. Trying to extort $22,000 out of me. I guarantee the hospital did not have to pay that much to get me arrested yesterday for this bullshit. That was gladly done through OPP. They're aiding the police in their crimes, and in return, the police are aiding OPP in their crimes. They're covering their asses up. They know because I am poor that I cannot fight this. Lies against me about having long psychological records and histories, and none of it's true. I've never been in any kind of place like that. Lies against me about being criminal. I don't have a criminal record until I was charged by the hospital for the first time last year or whatever. That's why OPP had me kidnapped when they stole my blood and piss, and that aided them in getting me falsely charged so they could get the rest of what they needed, my pictures, my prints, my signatures, for forgeries, framings, and frauds against me. And I will not be proven wrong. It is not above or below Spencer Mills, staff sergeant, who is a sodomizing piece of shit. Another one, kidnapper, was Shelley Hafner, the ex-chief, once again, that had me shot back in 2019. Shannon Cork laughing in my face over me telling her to arrest her boss as he went on to murder my mother, and she was well aware what he was going to do. Robert can fuck, can kill, can get away with it. Money Badge Family Town Council, 100% right. And he lives no more than 50 feet from my back door, and that's where Maggie Falls and Bert Hustler do their drug trafficking because they know it's a safe spot for them to do it. Robert Lucas or Robert Kane, a drug cop also. And how too convenient that all the people working with him for him are drug addicts, drug fed, money paid. Yes, OPP delivers drugs to Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, Tyler Lake, and Jason Gimpy, two-step Van Alstyne for doing crimes for him. So they can act Pontius Pilate and act like they have no involvement, but yet that's why they transfer. They lie, they buy time, and then they transfer to avoid arresting and charging and lawsuits for the crimes that they are guilty of, especially now that I have been proven this even more, and the hospital is still aiding them with this criminal bullshit and all the other lies against me. And then that was the last straw yesterday, doing what Terry done and having Paladin Security come in and then having me fucking falsely arrested. You just proven my point 100%, Wayne Covey Duck, and what you are about and what your hospital is about and the criminals that you are and what you will do to go about fucking your victims over even more to save your own asses. And that's exactly what that was about. Not making an accusation, but how much money was passed back and forth. I am a human trafficking victim, and you are involved with Billy Wooldridge, Blair Hardy, OPP, and the one's name, human sex trade, slavery trafficking, murders, attempted murders once again. The OPP in Lenox and Addington Hospital are very seriously dangerous people, poor, homeless, elderly, disabled. Beware. Watch yourselves, watch your children, and watch your finances if you're around here. Families of murdered and missing. It is also the police that are involved doing these crimes and very successfully using their badge positions or lies, false guise of law, and the believability that they are actually protecting while they are the ones that are behind all these fucking crimes. They're guilty of serious animal abuses and murders as well. Arson attempts through their little pieces of shit. The OPP you think you know. Be safe, everybody. I'm a 50-year-old revenge retaliation victim for speaking police crimes, identity theft victim, attempted murder victim, sex assault, kidnap, and more for 3.5 years, and nothing I can do about it. I've been trying to save my life. OPP, you won, you pieces of shit. Blair Hardy, Billy Wooldridge, Tyler Lake, these fucking punks who are actually probably 20 to 25 years younger than I am, and two that are older than I am. How fucking nice, you pieces of shit, completely, totally deforming me, fucking my head and my brain while keeping me from help through the hospital. Good Joe, good going. This is how OPP traffic, frame, and murder their innocent fucking victims.